we're using as well. These are some companies that our clients have used and got good results with. So let's get to it. So the first company we want to talk about is growcredit.com. The next one is going to be myjewelerclub.com. The next one is Apply Bank, which is a secure card. So they do check your credit, but I wouldn't do that one just yet. Just try to do My Jeweler Club first. You also want to do Apply Bank. You also want to do Kickoff. You want to do Credit Strong. You want to do Horizon Gold. You want to do Crown Jewelers. You want to do Finger Hut. You want to make sure you take a look at Capital One. You want to also take a look at Discover It. You want to take a look at Open Sky. You want to take a look at Kickoff, and that's KIKOFF. You also want to take a look at, I think that is, what was the other one? I know I seen it and we didn't do it. It was Open Sky, Horizon, and Ox Publishing. Ox Publishing reports, right? And Ox Publishing. Sorry about that, guys. That was the other one that we had. All right, so now I'm going to give you guys a quick breakdown on what the lines of credit are. For Finger Hut, on average, that's 200 to 500, even 600 to 1,000 if you have a decent score. If you don't have a decent score, don't use that one off the rip, okay? If you have a decent score, go ahead and use it. Second is going to be Crown Jewelers. That's 2,500, but it is an activation charge. Horizon Gold, that's about $500. You guys can get that going today. Credit Strong, I like Credit Strong because they have two programs, which is a $4,500 line of credit, and they also have a $18,000 line of credit that you guys can also do. Right, so that's good. The next one is going to be, I believe that's Kickoff. That's about $1. That's about $1 to get started with them, and they report every month for $1, which is awesome. The next one is going to be Apply Bank, and once again, like I said, if you don't have a good score, do not do that one first, but you can do it. That's a secure card. They do somewhat of a soft pull, but they are understanding to people with bad credit. On average, with them is about $200 to $3,000 that you can add to that line of for a secure card. For My Jewelers, that's $5,000. There is an activation charge with them, but they do give you a line of credit without a credit check, which is great. Growcredit.com, that's only $15 to report payment each month. Okay. Moving along. When it comes down to doing a secure card, we're going to be talking about Open Sky. We're going to be talking about Discover It, as well as Capital One. These are low entry level credit cards, secure credit cards that you guys can partner with to get a line of credit. Horizon Gold is $500. All right. So with that being said, that's over. That's what, 47,000, and in order to get 50,000 on each one of these programs, you guys can actually extend the credit, or you guys can go in for another line of credit, and that will bring you up to 50,000. Okay. All right. So cool. So we just gave you, the tools you need to build your credit score. Which I always recommend is clean your credit and then implement this strategy. Okay. So a lot of times people get one secure card. We're trying to let you know, obviously, what we just gave you, you need about 5 to 15 to 20 lines of credit, 5 to 15 mixed lines of credit, 5 to 15 companies giving you lines of credit. And like I said, the main goal with building your credit is obviously getting a line of credit, right? Using your line of credit and making sure that you pay your bill on time every time. Always pay your bills off in 15 days. All right, that's the key. And never be late, and never run your credit over being late for 30 days or up to 120 days, because you will have extremely bad credit. All right, don't let your credit go into collections neither. Also, if you haven't cleaned your credit, I highly recommend that you clean your credit now, guys. If you guys need credit paperwork to fix your credit, we're giving away absolutely free. Just shoot me a text message at 718-500-8705, or you can drop it into the comments. Say, hey Josh, can you send me the free credit repair paperwork, and we'll send it out to you. Okay, guys? All right, so moving along. Like I said, we're going to be talking about how to structure your real estate business, how to invest in real estate the proper way, or a proper way. There's a lot of ways of doing it, but we're going to talk about it right now. Boo Boo, can you pass me a pen real quick? I want to use another. Actually, pass me that little marker too. Even though I don't like the sound of it, it's horrible, but it's alright. Nah, the little black one. Yeah, perfect. All right, guys. So we did have someone that say, "Hey, Josh, I want to learn how to invest in real estate for apartment complex." And what I wanted to make sure that that person understand, you know, the key to a lot of things that people like promoting online, like sometimes they're talking shit, but they also are talking the truth. So just be very careful. If you haven't got a chance, go to Josh HARKNESS Facebook page. There was a lot of information that we uploaded today about how to invest in getting apartments, buildings, and how to invest in real estate overall. But I'm going to give you a clear step-by-step process that you guys can use to start your real estate business the proper way and invest in real estate the proper way without having to use anyone. All right, so these are the things we're going to talk about. If you guys want to write them down, we're going to be talking about 100% financing, right? We're going to be talking about subject 2, right? We're going to be talking about owner's finance, right? We're going to be talking about wholesaling, right? We're going to be talking about how to use your LLC to do deals, right? We're going to be talking about wholesaling and doing deals personally with an assignment contracts, right? And then ultimately we're going to be talking about how to invest in your first apartment deal or building. All right. In most cases, we're going to be talking about net operation. Okay. All right, cool. So when we're talking about investing in real estate or starting in real estate or wholesaling and things like this, and we're obviously talking about using the method called wholesaling or no money down, no credit, right? Now, these are, to me personally, because I've been in, I'm in marketing and things like that. These are all marketable words, so don't go too crazy about like how people are wording things. What you really want to focus on is the fundamentals that it takes to do the deal, right? So across the board, there's always been a lot of talk about wholesaling, and let's not even use the word wholesaling. Who cares about real estate, right? These are just words. Before real estate and all these fancy marketing words and all this shit, it was about business. All right, it was about doing business, and that's it. So a lot of times when people talking about real estate and wholesaling and da 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 da, I don't pay no mind to that shit, because what they're really talking about is how to do business, how to do business with a person, how to do business with providing product and services. That's it. So don't get caught up with all this and all that bullshit. Stick to the basic. Stick to how to handle your business. All right, so got that out of the way. So the first rule, or the first step that you want to follow when we're talking about investing in real estate, is always set yourself up properly for success. The only way you can truly do that is by having an LLC, which is a liability company. What I recommend for you guys to get automatically when you're doing business, right? Because we're always talking about business. The product doesn't change, the service doesn't change. Product and services, that doesn't change. The whole, if you got a product, you got to sell it. You got a service, you got to offer it to someone, and that's that, right? Your goal is to extract the money in return of giving that product or selling that product or offering those services to the client, right? So let's just keep it basic. Let's talk about business. So in order to set yourself up properly in the real estate industry to do wholesale deals or just real estate and just doing transactions, across the board, you want to get an LLC, right? Which is a liability limited liability company, right? And this is for protection. You're like, protection from what? Protection in doing business. All right. So your first step is get an LLC. Whatever state you're in, do it there. If not, you can do it in Denver or Delaware, or Wyoming. I think they're still about like $90 to start an LLC. If you're in New York, it's about $225. Right. So make sure you get an LLC. Second, like we always teach, you want to build out your LLC, right? So you want to get your liability company in compliance. Make sure you guys remember this word and Google it. So get your LLC in compliance, right? Third, you want to build your business credit. This is key. Major bag alert. So one, in order to start in your real estate investing career or new business, you want to get an LLC with your state, or with Delaware or Wyoming, or like I said, with your local state, and also coordinate with attorney to make sure that you're structured the right way. Second, you want to get your LLC in compliance, meaning you want to make sure that your company is listed, you have a 1-800 number, you have a business bank account, you have a business email, you have a business logo, you have a business website, you have a business place of business. It could be a home, virtue, or share office. All right, you want to get a business card, you want to get all this stuff. Now, like I said, the third part, after you get your company in compliance, you want to start building your business credit. Now, there's 5 tiers to building your business credit. If you watched our live feed before, we talked about it. So I'm going to reiterate it again, because when we're talking about credit, business, real estate, stocks, buying companies, and all, some of the formula is kind of like the same. So you guys going to like start peeping game and understand, like, oh shit, this is how you really do it. Okay, I got it. And that's the reason why I want to keep reiterating what we're talking about every time we go live, because this is just how the information is consistent. I'm telling you. So it ain't nothing else that we're not doing anything special. The only thing that we're doing is staying consistent on building our credit, leveraging our credit through our business, making sure we set up our business the proper way. And now we're able to leverage our credit, we're able to leverage our company and business profits by doing selling products and doing services with our clients. And then we move forward with buying real estate, stocks, businesses, and so forth and so forth. But the rule doesn't change, so just follow along. So now, third, we want to build out our business credit, and there's 5 tiers to building your business credit. All right, so the first one is going to be get net 30s, which are just like vendors credits and things like this. Second, you want to build out your credit 5 to 15 reported reported purchases, right? So get the vendor credit, get 5 to 15 accounts open. You can use Quill, Uline. There's like a whole list. All right. So you want to do that, but you want to get 5 to 15 vendor credit and create invoices. Right. You can spend anywhere from $3 up to $100. That's based on your budget. But your main goal is to make sure that you pay those invoices off in 15 days. That's key. So first thing first, you want to get net 30 accounts with vendor credit companies like Uline and Quill, right? Second, you want to do the same thing, but you just want to increase it to 5 to 15 companies now, and just pay off your invoices in 15 days, right? And then you want to make sure that you report your invoices to nav.com, right? Dun & Bradstreet. You want to make sure you report your invoices over to Experian Business and Equifax Business. Okay, very important. So get your invoices, get copies of them, create an account with the companies that we just talked about, and make sure you upload your paid invoices. Okay. Third, you want to get store cards, you want to get gas cards, right? You want to get reward cards and all this stuff like this. Okay. So let's say the first 30 days you're doing net 20, net 30s. You can do net 7, net 15, net 20, net 30s, depending on what company you're doing, right? So that's for the first 30 days, right? Now, in your 15 day, you want to start doing, move it along, getting 15 to 5 new vendor credit companies to partner with, get a line of credit, and then build out your invoices. So purchase something, get your invoice, submit it over to NAV, Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Equifax Business, right? Third, now you want to give it about like another 30 days. Stuff can start reporting and showing up. So we're in 1, 2, 3. We're in about our 45 days in, or 50 days in. Then you want to start applying for not store cards, but like gas cards are pretty good. Reward cards are pretty good. And also you want to start taking a look at getting a secure line of business credit with your bank, right? And then between is that 1, 2, 3, on your 4th stage and 5th stage, you want to kind of just start making sure that everything is reported properly. So all your invoices, all your net 30s are reporting to Dun & Bradstreet, to nav.com, to Equifax Business, and Experian Business, right? You want to make sure everything is recorded properly. Make sure you have some type of score, right? Some kind of paydex score. And then the next thing you want to do is start partnering with your bank to get a business line, a secure line of credit. Meaning you would take like $1,000, get a business secure line of credit. Okay, boom, that's one. Second, you want to start. I would say apply, but I don't like applying for things. But by this time, you should start getting offers in the mail to apply. But whatever bank that you're dealing with, let's say if it's Chase Bank, let's say Capital One or Bank of America or TD Bank, and you set up a business account with them and a savings account, what the case may be, make sure it's business, obviously. Checking the savings account. What you want to do is partner with them, find out what their requirements are to get a line of credit. But I will only do this once you find out that your paydex score is like an 80 paydex score, or make sure it's a high paydex score before you move forward trying to get a line of credit, right? Boom. So now you build out your credit portfolio for your real estate investment company, right? And another thing, a lot of people don't know this. If you're doing real estate, just remember, when we're talking about getting loans and things like this, a lot of times the banks may look at your company as high risk. So you don't want to just say, okay, real estate, da 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 da. Sometimes that's not a good thing to do. So what I would do is just call I would like make it a certain kind of name. Like I would make it like mine's is TREMMNYC. For the average person, you won't know what the hell it is. You see what I'm saying? But the more you start putting certain industry names in your, the name of your company, that kind of gives it way to lenders, and then they're gonna look at you as a high risk. So what I would do is, let's say your company was named Katie Katie's Katie's Boutique. Boutique. Um, Katie's Boutique. I'm not gonna say Realty. Let's say Katie's Boutique Services, right? Something like this. I wouldn't put the industry name inside, right? Let's say the other one is let's say it's, let's just be funny with it a little bit. Let's say it's John Smith, right? Let's put John Smith um, real services or something like this. Just don't put the industry name inside your company name. Is all I'm trying to say, because the bank is going to look at you as a high risk. All right, so let's get to it. So now we got our credit on point with the 50,000 that we just talked about, right? So now you build your credit out with $50,000 worth of new lines of credit. Major bag alert, by the way. All right, so you build out your personal credit with $50,000 worth of new credit line in 30 days, right? Or some people, if you take 2 months, that's okay, right? You got yourself an LLC for $225 or even $80 or $90, depending on what state you go to. So you take a look at Delaware, take a look at Wyoming, take a look at whatever state that you live in, and see how much it costs to open up an LLC, and then open up an LLC, right? So that's 1, 2, 3. All right, so number 3, you want to make sure that you get your company in compliance. Make sure you do everything to get your company in compliance, and what you have to do is get a phone number, a business phone number, a business email, a business website, a business card, right? A place of business. It could be your home as well. You can get a virtual office address, or you can also get a share office address to help you out with getting an address. When it comes down to you want to make sure you get a business bank account, as well as you want to make sure that you list your business properly. Some places that you can actually list your business is like Google Business, Yelp Business, Yahoo Business, Bing. You can also list yourself on Facebook. You can also list yourself by listyourself.com. All right. You can also do it with the post office and things like that too. So you want to make sure you list your company and get your company in compliance. And then fourth, you want to start building your business credit by getting net 30 accounts, vendors credit, paying off your, not saying paying off, but you want to make purchases with vendor credit companies like Uline, Quill, Ganger. They have a whole list of them. If you need a list of business vendor credit and net 30s, we have a lot of them. So just shoot it in the comments, and I'll make sure you guys get that. If you guys need help with cleaning your credit and then building your credit, we can send you out free credit repair documents that we use, on our side. So just remember, just shoot me a text in the comments, or shoot me a text message directly tonight or tomorrow, whenever you get a chance, at 718-500-8705. All that stuff is absolutely free. There's no charge for that. We really just send you the documents, and that's it. If you need a one-on-one consultation or one-on-one coaching, or help to do what you got to do, we'll do that as well. All right, so now you build out your credit. You do net 30s. You get your vendor's credit. You know where to go. You want to go to NAV. You want to go to Dun & Bradstreet. You want to go to Equifax. You want to go to Experian Business, right? Make sure that you report all your invoices, right? Next, store cards. You want to get a bank. You want to get a business line of credit secure by giving them $1,000, and then next, you should have a payday score reported properly. And then now you can go to your bank that you bank with and use your DUNS number, your EIN number, to get a line of credit. In most cases, even if they ask you to use your personal credit, we just showed you how to build out your personal credit. So you guys are, guess what? You have a high personal credit score, as well as you have a high business paydex score. So that means what, guys? You guys should be getting funded. Point blank simple. So even if you get 20 racks personal and you get 50,000, 100,000 on your business side, great. Now we're looking at about, let's say we're looking at about 150,000 between your personal and business. On the bare minimum side, we're looking at about 30K bare minimum if your credit score is anywhere about 680 to 700, 750. Okay, so let's just call this a medium. So let's say we walk out the bank with about 120 in a matter of a week. All right, this is how you want to play. This is how you want to play the real estate game, guys. So now, if you're a wholesaler, you can do this. If you're somewhat of a seasoned investor and you just been, wholesaling your deals and giving up a lot of your profit margin, you can do this, right? If you're an investor, you can do this because you can get multiple companies, build out your credit the same way for your business. Make sure you keep your personal credit, on point. But if you over leverage your personal credit, now you can just use the same tools that we just gave you, increase your credit score, open up another LLC, build out your LLC, and now you're back at having funding available and you're in control of your deals, right? So we're not giving up huge profit margins. We ain't worrying about, crazy investors and crazy people taking our deals. We're putting ourselves in a position of control. That's one of the major things I'm always going to teach everyone is how to be in position of control to do what you got to do, so you don't have to deal with these random ass people out here talking about they want to buy real estate. They're real estate investors, then they never buy shit, and then you sitting here looking crazy because you're not situated properly. So with everything I just showed you, you're going to be situated properly. Now let's talk about how to play this real estate game. Like I said, so now you walked out the bank with about 120 between your personal and business credit. Now you have some real money to invest in real estate. So now if you had $120,000 cash, by the way, or lines of credit. So one of the rules that I teach people is that, let's say on the business side and you have lines of credit, you want to make sure that you partner with a bank that allow you to do a balance transfer. All right, if you guys don't know what that means, please take a look at it while we're here on the line, and you guys can Google it. So take a look at what is a balance transfer on your business lines of credit. Long story short, in most cases, if you get a line of credit for 50K credit, you're also going to have about 20,000 25,000 available in cash to be used, as such, or for whatever reason. So now we got 25K here in cash, and then the bank gave you guys about 20K, 50K, but you can use 20K in cash. Right? These are bare minimum numbers, by the way. So right now we got about 45,000 for a down payment. All right. Now this is how you want to play the game. So now you got 45,000. This is real life too, guys. This ain't no joke. So you fix your credit, you get it up, you get your business credit, you get it up, and now we're sitting on about 45,000 that we generated between our LLC, and without having a decent credit score, we're able to leverage our personal credit as well, because a lot of companies are going to be using your personal, social security to help you leverage your lines of credit with your business. Unfortunately, they're being more aggressive, so it is going down. So you want to make sure that you rewind this video, get the $50,000 worth of lines of credit that we just talked about, add that to your credit. We just talked about how to build your business credit. So boom, now you understand how to build your credit. Now you sit on a 80 paydex score. So now we're sitting on about 45,000 once we do our balance transfer from the banks. Okay. Now, like I said, now you have your LLC. Your LLC is sitting on 25 racks. Your personal credit got you about 20,000 racks. Racks is just, K, $25,000. Right? So now you're sitting on 25,000, and you're also sitting on 20,000 personally. Now, when someone say, "Okay, Josh, how can I invest in the real estate business with no money down and da?" So cool. I just showed you how to get 45,000 between your personal and your business. Now, if you want to do the deal, wholesaling, right? Wholesaling. If you want to do the deal as a wholesaling deal, bring them on camera. Who's that? Hey guys, thanks for joining. So now we showed you how to get 20K in your personal. We also showed you how to get 25K in your business. So now if you want to do a wholesale deal, which is a no money down, no credit, it's a great idea, right? It is. You can do the deal though. Let's not get it twisted. I'm going to show you how to do the deal. But this is the idea. I just showed you how to get 45,000 in a matter of three months, maybe less if you have a partner, right? So when we're talking about wholesaling, and like I said, guys, never mind the words that people are using. Wholesaling is just another word that people use to say, all right, we're doing business. I want everyone to focus on business. Real estate is business, right? Wholesaling is just a word that they use to describe the transaction. I just want everyone to focus on doing business, right? So wholesaling is when you get a homeowner, a motivated homeowner, or just a homeowner that could be ready to sell their property. Now, wholesaling, they always throw out this thing like the person is going to be so anxious to sell and their house and da da da. A lot of people ain't anxious to sell their house. Some people want to sell their house for top dollar. All right, so just remind yourself about that when we're talking about investing in a real estate business and doing wholesale deals. A lot of people, preach, oh, you want to find motivated sellers and people that's dying and people that inherit properties and all this other shit and people that's divorced. And listen, that stuff is hard and is intense. You got to find people. You got to go through, all this personality shit. I don't got time for that. I'm looking for two people. I'm looking for people that just want to sell their home. And then I'm looking for another person that just want to sell their goddamn home. So never mind, whatever excuses that a lot of people use. Just focus on people that are ready to go, right? So when we're talking about wholesaling, it's very simple. We have a homeowner that's ready to go. I don't care if the homeowner want to sell their property at top dollar or the homeowner want to sell their property 65, 75, less than what the market is, right? I have someone right now that just told me, say, hey, Josh, look, I'm tired of having this house. I just want to sell it. The house is probably worth about $300,000, but they want to sell it for $150,000. Great, that's a deal. You see what I'm saying? And these are just having regular everyday conversations. But just keep in mind, when we're talking about wholesaling, throw that shit in the garbage, right? When we're here with Josh right now on the Josh Harkness show, I want to always focus on everything around business. Keep a business mind about everything that we do here. Now, wholesaling is really based on finding a person that's ready to sell their home, either at fair market price or below market price for whatever reason. Some cases, of course, is going to be divorce. Some cases, of course, is going to be death in the family. Of course, it could be a vacant property. Of course, it could be a financial reason, especially right now, right? So now we're going to lock that person up in a contract, and that contract are like normally two ways you can put someone in contract, right? But one is called an assignment contract, right? The other one is called a purchase agreement. All right, so you can use these two tools. If you guys don't have those documents, I'll give it to you guys for free once again. So to fix your credit for free, if you don't have those documents, we'll send it to you for free. If you don't have a real estate assignment contract or a purchase to sell contract to do wholesaling or to do real estate investing, we'll give that away for free. Just the number is in the comments. So 718-500-8705. Okay. Now let's get back to it. So wholesaling, you put a homeowner in contract. Like I said, I don't care if the customer want to sell the property top dollar, or if you find out the customer needs repaired, you have a contractor come in, they'll say, okay, we need about $50,000 worth of work. Then you deduct that price from the asking price, okay? And then that will give you, in most cases, maybe 25, 35% less than what they could have been talking about. And just leave it there. That's all you want to do. Your job is to lock up the contract, all right? So when you're wholesaling, your main job is to do two things. Assess the property, right? Make sure it makes sense. Always do your due diligence. Make sure the property makes sense. Meaning, if the house costs $500,000, all I'm going to do is deduct 65% to 75%, and that will land you on a wholesale deal. Because a wholesale deal means that is very, 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 very below the asking price, all right, or the fair market price. So always make sure anytime you want to do a deal or you're talking to somebody, it is not a deal until you get that number to 70, 75, 60, 65% below the asking price or the fair market price in that area. Now, moving along, I just showed you guys how to structure your LLC to get business funding in 3 months. That's one. Two, if you guys rewinded, the first discussion we had is how to build your credit with over $50,000 lines of new lines of credit that you can attach to your credit portfolio. So this is how we are able to fund our deals. We do everything ourselves. We do not rely on cash buyers. I don't like cash buyers. I grew up in Brooklyn. I jumped into the real estate market. I hit with a bunch of shark and a bunch of asshole and a bunch of people who don't know shit. So like I said, my show was always based on real results in real time, and with real information. Okay, so that's what we do here. So when we're talking about building your credit, building your business to leverage capital for yourself, that's the reason why I showed you what to do in the beginning. So when we're talking about doing a wholesale deal, we don't need to go chase down customers. We don't need to chase down cash buyers. We need to just make sure that the deal makes sense for us so we can pick it up our damn self and do the deal. Now, if you say, okay, boom, remember, I showed you how to get $45K in your pocket between your business and personal. Now, let's say the customer say, okay, Josh, I want to sell my house for, right now I know the market is about $599, and I know the house needs some repairs. The first thing I'm going to say is, all right, listen, I know you respond. I know you call me. Let me do this. What's the address? Right? Boom. Normally, I do two things. If I'm in my area and then I talk to the homeowner, boom, I'll get the address. If I'm on the phone, boom, hey, what's the address? Because the main thing is I want to see what the cops are saying in the area. Because two things. Either they're going to be in a good area or they're going to be in a bad area. Not saying bad as far as like the actual area, but I just mean bad as in there's not too many people buying houses in that area. So when we are doing real estate investing, you want to focus on like 5 things, right? You want to focus on 5 things when you're jumping into the real estate business and investing in real estate. The main thing that you want to focus on is these 5 things, right? They don't talk about this, but I'm going to let you know right now. You want to focus on holding real estate, right? Holding, meaning you buy the property, you hold it, you clean it up, and then you rent it out. That's one. The next thing that you want to do is owner financing or subject to. They're very similar, right? But what this means is if you're doing owner's finance, meaning a lot of times people who want to sell their property top dollar, in most cases they probably own their home, right? So if they own their home, you guys can just broker a deal. I give you $45,000 cash and I'll pay you out the mortgage each month directly to you. All right, did you guys just see how that happened? So we leverage $45,000 or even $20,000 cash between our personal credit. We found a deal that was below market, right? And then we offered the homeowner $20,000, $40,000 cash for a home that costs $550, or we found a deal for $150. We found an apartment for $50,000. We put down $5,000. You see what I'm saying? Like, so don't always think big with real estate. That's one thing I tell people too. Anytime you're thinking about investing in real estate, do a couple of things. Invest where you live at, right? So you can make sure that you manage the property, but also make sure that you invest outside of, if you're in New York, or outside where you live at, because if the market is really, really expensive where you are, just remember, your money is good always. You just have to find a deal maybe outside. So go 30 minutes outside of where you live. Go 45 minutes outside of where you live. Go to the outskirts, or go to, low income area, good income areas where you can actually pick up some, 1 family, 2 family, or apartment buildings. Okay, but all right, let's get back to it. So now we got $45,000 in our pocket. We don't even need to look for a cash buyer at this point. Our goal is to make sure we do our due diligence when we're wholesaling a deal or when we're doing real estate investing, right? Like I said, these are all fancy words, but all I'm saying is when we own our company, because I just showed you how to own your own company by starting an LLC for $225, or if you go to Delaware or Wyoming, that's $80 or $90. When we own our company 100%, as business owners, as real estate investors and CEOs, our goal is to make sure our company has some kind of leverage of income to do real estate deals. We ain't say go beg your family, and we ain't say go find a deal, lock up a customer, and then flip the deal with a cash buy. I don't teach that. I teach you how to do everything yourself. Now, if you got 45,000, when you get to 45,000, now you can look at the deal and say, oh, cool, I'm gonna lock up the deal because this homeowner place need to get fixed up, or even, like I said, we're not worrying about a wholesale deal initially. We're looking at locking up the property. That's the main goal. I want everyone to remember this. Don't worry about the price. Take the property. Don't worry about the price. Get the property. All right. What I mean by this is, who cares about the price of the house? I don't really care about the price of the home, because two things are going to happen with real estate. We all know this. If the house is garbage, it's garbage. It's okay. We can always fix it up. If the house don't need no work, great. We can move in and then we have collateral, right? If the homeowner is saying it needs work or it doesn't need that much work, or I owe this amount of money and da-da-da, who cares? Lock the contract up, do your due diligence, and get that home sold, all right? Because two things. One, we're going to have cash flow, right? Two, you're going to have equity. Three, you're going to have collateral, meaning you always win as a real estate investor. It don't matter, right? Your main goal is to fix that property up as much as you possibly humanly can, right? Gut it out. Do what you got to do if you have a good team. Something I also teach people, and just make sure I want to talk about, when you are looking for real estate deals, you're also looking for a good property to move in, that's move-in ready now. You don't want to get it. You don't want to do real estate investing where you have to gun out the property and all the stuff like HGTV and all. You don't want to do all that. That's too much headache. You want to find, like I said, you want to find a homeowner that's ready to sell. That's it, right? They're ready to sell. We lock the deal. Boom. Because we got the money for the down payment, so we're not worrying about that. Our credit is good and our business credit is good. All right, so moving along. So when we're talking about, the 5 components to what you want to focus on when you're real estate investing is finding a property, right? 60, 65, 70, 75% below market value, right? That's one. You're looking for a property that needs some work, but not work to the point to where you're going to be, re-leveling the floors and doing roof and all this stuff. You don't want that kind of deal. You want to invest. Remember, you're an investor. You're a business owner. Business owners always look for what? Great deals at a low cost, or great deals that have a low entry, right? So when I'm looking for the real estate deal with my 45,000, what I'm looking for is going to be a homeowner that kept their property nice and clean. I'm looking for a homeowner who's probably just tired of having a home, or I'm looking for a homeowner that's looking to relocate, right? I'm also looking for a homeowner that's reasonable, who's rational. What I mean by this is, even they know that the house is a little banged up, right? If you're a homeowner and you own your property for over 30 years, you know that you probably didn't do everything to make the house gorgeous. Or on the flip side, you did do everything and the house is in a great condition, right? So like I said, if it's not in great condition, that's a win for us. If it is in good condition, that's a win for us, because we don't have to do that much work to renovate. We can just lock up the deal, move some tenants in, and we can do an owner finance deal right there. Boom. We take over the property. We find people to move in, right? Good people, right? That can pay the rent or pay, whatever the mortgage is, plus then some, so we can have a cash flow. Okay, when it comes down to real estate investing as well, I know I was talking to the young lady earlier, and she wanted me to go over this with you guys. She was like, "How do you do this?" I was like, "All right, I'm gonna break it down." So a lot of times when you guys are talking about wholesaling real estate and putting deals under assignment or purchase to agreement to purchase contracts, what you really want to focus on when we're talking about no money down and things like this, you want to focus on how motivated the person is, right? If the person is very motivated, you're going to get that deal. But one of the key things, like I told you about, you just want to focus on the deal. Don't worry about how much a discount. Don't worry about talking to the customer like, oh, this is messed up, I got to get a contractor to come in, and all this random ass bullshit. That's not business. That's like you just following someone who, gave you a little game on YouTube. When we're talking about real estate investing as a CEO, when we're talking about real estate investing as a business owner, when we're talking about real estate investing as a family man or a family, a woman who has a family or a couple that has a family, or even young entrepreneurs, you do not want to go into a deal or deal with customers and you talking about all this shit. Can you imagine you know what I'm saying? You come into your door and a person like, yeah, I want to buy your property and da 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 da. You be looking like, bro, man, get out of here. That's not business. That's not even business etiquette. Like, that's not the proper way of doing business. You feel me? When you go into business, you know what the hell you're talking about. So, like I told anybody, the first thing that I do when we're talking about any kind of real estate deal, I always want to do my due diligence first. I know it sounds cliche to some of the seasoned people, but for the new people, for families that's looking to invest in real estate, your first goal is to always do due diligence and research. All right? But like I said, let's talk about 100% financing. Let's talk about subject to. Let's talk about owner financing. Let's talk about how to do a deal under your LLC. So when it comes down to owner financing, like I said before, when we're looking at wholesale deals, the upside to wholesale deals is sometimes the homeowner is going to have that mortgage paid off, or a percentage of that home paid off, right? So like I said, there's always two parts of the deal. One is going to be wholesaling, and then the other part is going to be just finding a homeowner that just want to sell their property at a decent price. But you, as a real estate investor, you are focused on the property, all right? Don't worry about the 65 and 70. Don't worry about that shit. If you're new to real estate investing, I'm telling you now, don't worry about it. Your main goal is to lock up the contract. And I'm going to give you guys the numbers right now so you guys can understand what I'm saying. I know I said it about 3 times. But let's get to it. So I'm going to rehash something and I'm going to move forward. So if you just started on this live feed, I show everyone already how to build their credit portfolio with $50,000 worth of new lines of credit. We talked about how to get your business, your LLC, and business compliance and prepared for business funding. We gave you companies that you can use to get your company funded, as well as what you have to do, the proper steps, and what you have to do to get a 80 paydex score. Now, moving forward, we also talked about leveraging your credit to a 680, 700, 750, so you can get $20,000. We also talked about leveraging your business so you can actually get about $50,000 in business line of credit. Ultimately, like I said, you should be walking off the table with about $45,000. These are real results, by the way. So we're going to get to this point where we're talking about investing in real estate at $45,000. We're going to be talking about how to do a subject to. We're going to talk about how to do how to figure out if we need to do 100% financing, right? And we're also going to talk about what was the other one? Let me just make sure I got it. Someone was also asking me how to do a double close, right? So cool. With all that being said, when we're talking about doing owner finance, especially on a wholesale deal or just partnering with someone, with a homeowner, to figure out just how to have that conversation. I know a lot of people are like, yo, bro, I don't even know how to talk to these people, but I want to get into the business. For seasoned people that's probably been doing real estate for X amount of time, I know the conversation can still be a little like, a bit much. But this is the reality of the situation. And this is why I'm talking about business. If you get up every day to go to a job, no one needs to tell you that you need to do your job. That's the same way I operate when I'm doing, when I'm talking to customers on the phone. I treat customers as if I'm working at a job. Hey, how you doing today? This is Josh. I actually just seen your property over here. Me and my brother, were looking at it. Do you have a second to, give me some information on the property? Like I thought the neighbor said you guys are looking to sell a home or something like this. That's it. Simple things like that. If I'm in the neighborhood, especially if I'm walking around or if I'm jogging or if I'm doing whatever I'm doing in the neighborhood, in most cases, even if I'm home, sometime when I'm home, and this is a key too, major bag alert right now. When I'm home online, I focus on for sale by homeowners, by the way, right? Because we're talking about owner finances and subject to. You can really only do that with the homeowner. I don't do real estate deals with real estate brokers and agents and stuff like that. We do it, but we don't do it, off the rip. I try to focus on doing deals directly with the homeowner, right? I try to focus on doing business directly with the homeowner. Just remember that. Anytime we're talking about wholesaling, all we're talking about is doing business with the homeowner. I want you guys to keep that in your head. So my goal as a CEO of my real estate investing company is doing business with homeowners, right? So don't worry about anything else. Your goal is to do business with homeowners. And I'm going to show you what's going on. So 1, we got 45,000. 2, we're doing business with homeowners. We're looking at doing 100% finance if need be. We're also looking at doing subject twos. And we're also taking a look at, what was the other one? Good Lord. Doing a double close with our LOC. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so doing a double close with our LOC. Now, for new people, it sounds like a bunch of shit, but you probably got to brush up a little bit. But long story short, when we're doing business with a homeowner, this is a key thing that you want to do. Treat the homeowner like it's your family member. I can't stress that enough, right? And the reason why I say that, because a lot of times I'm able to communicate with that homeowner smoothly, right? I'm able to build a rapport with them. I'm able to converse with them in a manner that's comfortable, right? And that's my mindset when I'm talking to people, period, because I've been in sales for so long. I've been in sales for about 15 years. So your main goal when you're on the phone with someone, when you're out and about, just treat people like, yo, they're the homie. Honestly speaking, they that's my aunt, that's my grandma. Like, yo, he's old. He could be my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just try to treat people like they family at the end of the day. Not overbearing, not unprofessionally, but like I said, just definitely like auntie, definitely like, that's my uncle. And I treat him like that. Like, hey, I got an office, down the road. We normally do a couple of deals in the area. We do rentals. We also, do marketing if you want to sell your home and things like that. So when we're talking to homeowners, like I said, the other part to it is making sure that you offer more than one service for them. Because like I said, when you're having a conversation either online or if you're doing marketing campaigns online, if you're calling people from, working from home, if you're out and about, this is a key thing. Another key thing. That person 9 times out of 10 already know what they want to do. They know they want to sell. They just trying to figure out if they want to sell with you. That's it. So a lot of times people who want to sell their home, they already know they need to sell their home. They trying to figure out if they're going to sell with you. So having multiple ways of doing a deal and having multiple ways of funding the deal is important. This is why I talk about this. So the first thing I normally ask the customer, yo, do you own the house like 100%? Just like that, right? I found out the best way to do a deal with anybody and the best way to communicate with anyone when I'm trying to get a property under contract is to go straight forward. Don't fucking do all this bullshit. We ain't trying to do all that. hey, listen, my name is Josh. I actually work in the area. I got a real estate investment company. We normally buy properties, cash, or we'll finance it, whatever the case may be. But you do have the sign in the window. So are you still looking to sell the property? Are you in contract? Da da da. Like I'm like this. Boom, 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 boom. And trust me, when I learned C factors, which is smile, have energy and eye contact, the person automatically is like, oh shit, this nigga on it. Oh crap, like the guy is like, he's serious, like this guy must really do what he doing because he going at it. Now I don't do it in a way where it's unprofessional. I just do it in a way where like I'm handling my business. The reason why I'm talking to you, because this is business, so I'm not gonna treat them like too much buddy buddy. But like I said, I'm still comfortable enough, and my body language is comfortable enough for them to have like a real conversation with me and not feel no kind of way. So let's say, boom, I'm outside. One of the homeowners down the block is like, he put up a sign the other day too. Not the other day, but like maybe like 30 days ago, and he's like, yeah, I'm looking to sell my property. At least just put it up because like a lot of stuff is going left. So I'm like, cool, man. Listen, I mean, you know what I do. So you see me up and down the block, doing what I do. Listen, when you're ready to have like a real conversation, let's go over it. Right, let's go over the numbers. Let's see what we can do for you. He's like, all right, cool. So he put this sign up, right? So I want you guys to remember this. I told him once he's ready to have the conversation, come talk to me. But you got to peep game. He still put the sign up. That should tell you something. So if you see a sign for sale by a homeowner, you need to go to the home. You need to pull over, walk over there, go have that conversation. Because even though I still gave him a great presentation, or I just came and talked to him about what we do and how we do it, he still put the sign up. So what that tell you? He said, I don't give a fuck what you just said. I don't care what you just said. Or he like, listen, I still got to handle my business. So even though you tell me you can do something great, my main goal as a homeowner is to get it sold. Guess what? My main goal as a real estate investor is to buy that property or get that property locked up on a contract and get it sold so I can make some money. So boom. So while he's putting up the sign, I help him put up the sign. You know what I'm saying? He trying to like da-da-da-da. So I'm like, listen, I got a little minute. Let me put it up. So I'm like, yo, you own the property like outright? I know you've been in the neighborhood for a minute. He's like, yeah, man, I own it. My grandmom got it, but she's a little sick. And, honestly speaking, like I don't even live out here like that. I kind of like go back and forth. So I'm looking to, just get it sold for her and then have her come and move with me. Now listen to me, guys. Remember, I told you always going to be two things when you're dealing with for sale by homeowner. One thing is that they want to get rid of the property just as much as you want to buy the property. All right. Second part is just trying to really figure out if they own the property 100% or do they owe money on it and what's the condition of the home. That's it. So scrap everything else. Look for sale by homeowners. Go to them, have a conversation on do they own the property outright. And how much money do they owe on the property. That's all you need to know. And also the condition of the home. Don't worry about what everyone is talking about when they talk about wholesaling and assignment deals and all that bullshit. Don't worry about that. The three things you want to worry about is do they own the property 100%, right? So you can do owner finance or subject to. And then the next part is what kind of condition the property is in, right? Is a property in a condition where I got to do 100% financing, or I got to find somebody to do 100% financing if I want to do the deal myself, right? Or is a property in a condition where I got to find a cash buyer or cash real estate investor to do the deal with them, or just hand them the wholesale deal, period, right? That's it. So when I find out those three things, the condition of the home, do they own the property 100%, or what portion do they own, or how much do they owe on the property, and then last but not least, what's the condition of the home? Is it moving ready, or how bad it is? That's going to let me know what kind of deal I want to do. All right. So peep game. Like I told you guys before, I already showed you how to get your LLC $45,000 and how to leverage your credit score to $20,000. So now, if you go into a deal, you can say, "Oh man, this deal is sweet. I can actually do it myself." Boom, you got the money, you got the credit, you do the deal. Yeah, you know what? Let me go back home and see what I can do. That's it. You get their name, you get their number, you get the price, you get the ARV. You see how many houses sold in the area, right? Just in case. But now you can make a deal because one, you got the capital. Two, you already built a rapport with the person that's in your area and with a homeowner. A homeowner, in most cases, if they got a for sale sign out on front of the house, or you go online for sale by homeowners, in most cases they don't want to deal with a realtor. They don't want to deal with a broker. They just want to deal with someone that can do the deal. They trying to get the fuck out of the deal. They don't want to deal with nobody else. So you, as a business owner of a real estate investing company, or as whatever, even if you got a real estate marketing company or whatever way you position yourself, or a real estate acquisition company, your main goal is to lock up the property. Stop worrying about doing 60, 75%, all this other shit. If you can get it, get it. But the main goal is to lock up that property, because two things. I showed you how to get the money already. I showed you how to walk around with $45,000 between your personal and business. So when it comes down to locking up a deal yourself, especially in 2020, the market is going down. The market is going down. So now you're walking around here with $45,000, $100,000 between your personal and business. There's no reason why you can't close a deal with for sale by homeowner now. That means you take out the competition of dealing with shiesty ass real estate investors. Right? So like I said, one of the key things that you want to do tonight or tomorrow, I do it all day long. Go on Zillow. Go on Craigslist. Right? 'Cause a lot of old people who have homes, they still use Craigslist. So don't think people not using Craigslist. You can talk directly with the homeowner, or you can even talk directly with a real estate investor who's trying to sell their property. Right? So like I said, as a real estate investor and as a business owner of your real estate company, the main thing that you want to focus on is getting that property under contract, right? So you get that house under contract, you can wholesale it, give it to a cash investor. You get that property under contract. If you do the numbers and it makes sense for you, you put your $45,000 in. Just make sure that that home is a move-in ready type of home. Excuse me. All right, make sure that home is a move-in type of home, because if you got $45,000 cash or $45,000 worth of line of credit to do the deal for the home, you don't need to have no real conversation with nobody, because $45,000 is more than enough money for your down payment. Now, I'm also going to show you how to do a subject to, and these words you guys can look up. So 100% owner finance just means that the homeowner own their property 100%, and you can do the deal directly with them and pay them some type of mortgage. Subject to, they just do the same thing as just on paper, and you guys have an agreement on the payout for the property. Okay. Now, when it comes down to doing a double close, and the reason why you want to do a double close, like I said, I don't like doing deals with banks. I don't like doing deals with realtors and brokers and things like this, because it takes too damn long, and they always want to play with the money. I don't like doing deals with real estate investors, right? Like bullshit people. I don't like doing business with them because they full of shit. So excuse my language. So everything I taught you tonight, if you wanted from jump into the middle half, we went over how to build your personal credit to with $50,000 worth of lines of credit, and then we showed you how to build your business credit and get your payday score, top notch, so you can go to the banks, leverage your personal credit, leverage your business credit within 45 days to 2 months, and then you can walk out of the bank with 50 racks, 100 racks, depending on how high your credit score is. Right? Because right now, we don't want to be dealing with no shiesty people. I don't got time to be thinking that hard. I don't have time for that right now. All right? And another thing I also want to tell you guys, which we were talking about a little earlier, but let me just break down the double close real quick. So a double close is when you get a contract put in place, right? Now, like I said, a double close, in most cases, you're going to be dealing with maybe a realtor. You can be dealing with the bank. You could be dealing with a broker. And then obviously still with the homeowner. So you got the homeowner, the broker, the realtor, or bank, or whoever's holding the mortgage, right? And that could be like another LLC or a holding company, or a real estate company, an estate company, or a probate, right? Or even a short sale, but that goes kind of back with the bank, and it can also be an REO, so, or a foreclosure, right? So all these, anytime, the main reason why you want to do a double close is for two purposes, right? One, You want to do a double close because you don't want to let people know how much money you're making. That's number one. And then number two, when you are doing a wholesale deal and you have to keep the you want to do the deal properly, especially with a cash buyer or a real estate investor. One thing a lot of people don't talk about when you're doing a double close with an LLC, which is very important, is that you can sell the LLC in the double close, because the banks, right, and the like estate attorneys and things like this, when you're doing a wholesale deal, they don't want to see that you got the property under contract and then you sold it, or you're having a real estate investor take your place on the deal. They don't want to see that shit, because what happened is the mortgage can be called, right? There's a thing called the mortgage being called. So if I'm doing a deal and we're swapping out on paper, that can trigger the banks, and they'll say, okay, well, you guys are switching over the deed and all this stuff. All right, let me see who this person is now, who you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So that can throw off the deal. A lot of people don't talk about this like in the back end. So when you're doing business and you're at these closes, and before you even get to the close, sometimes you have to deal with the bank. You have to deal with the title company. You got to deal with all the stuff. And guess what? If the paperwork ain't right, or they feel like you're doing some kind of finesse move, because that's what it looks like. Let's call it what it is. If you're switching ownership and they don't know who that person is, the mortgage company or the bank or the whoever it is that owns the rights of the rights of the mortgage can be like, yo, who is this person? Let's make sure that this person is vetted. Let's make sure this person is valid to take over this mortgage. You see what I'm saying? So when you do a double close under your LLC, what you do is, especially when you're wholesaling it to a cash investor, you get the homeowner under contract. You put your LLC as a company that's going to purchase it, right? Now you put the cash investor, right? Because he's going to take over the contract, the assignment deal, right? So now you do the deal with the cash investor, right? He's going to pay you whatever it is that you asked for, and then you're going to transfer the ownership of the company to the cash investor. And this is how you keep the deal alive. All right, this is how you can do a wholesale deal or a double close with a cash investor when you're dealing with banks, when you're dealing with probates, when you're dealing with attorneys and things like this. I hope I was clear with that. But let's just redo it again, so make sure everyone follows. So when we're doing, the reason why we're going to do a double close and how we're going to do a double close is very simple. We're going to get a homeowner that's ready to go. Like I told you guys, I don't care if the home is not 75% or 6% below market. I don't care about that. That's not our goal, especially in today's market. Your main goal as a business owner and as a CEO of a real estate company is to get as much as you can of the piece of the pie. That's it. Also, as a real estate investor and as a business owner and a CEO of your real estate company, your goal, on top of getting as much property as you can, your main goal is to understand how to play the game. So sometimes, you can get a wholesale deal and close it. Sometimes you may need to take a deal where you need to hold it and then rent it out. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're a real estate investor. Real estate investors come with different strategies and different you should have different tools in your toolkit. So we can do, a regular real estate deal and take care of that customer and give them their best price and take over their property. We can do a wholesale deal and, get in the property and maybe switch it over to a cash buyer that can take over the home and fix it up nice, and we'll make some money. We can use our own money now to take over properties and do minimum fix up and get people in, or take over the property ourselves, right? We can also we have our own LLC. So now if the deal makes sense, right? This is the only time also you want to do a double close if you got a lot of meat on the bone. Meaning this: if the property costs $699, I'm only doing a double close if I'm getting a chunky amount of money. You feel me? Because anything, let's put it this way: do a double close if it's $10,000 and above, right? Do a regular wholesale deal or assignment deal or subject to, or where the case may be, anything less than $10,000, because it doesn't matter. People pay you all day $10,000, and you can do a deal for $10,000 on the on the books, and you're okay. But anything that's like 10 grand and up, you want to do a double close, because a lot of people get real funny when they got to pay you some big money. So if you're making 10K, 20K, or 30K spread, or 50K spread or 120K spread. The reason why people are able to get this kind of big amount of commission on the property or on a wholesale deal is because the commission is not being shown to everyone on the table between the buyer, the attorney, and your cash buyer. They're not seeing that. Also, another key thing with a double close is that you close the homeowner, you close the cash buyer first, and then you close the homeowner. Reason being because the cash buyer, he's going to pay for everything. Remember, he's the one who's paying for the whole deal. So if I get a deal that's worth $699 ARV, it only takes about $50,000 to get repaired because the roof is good. I did my homework. It doesn't need that much plumbing. It doesn't need that much electricity. It's damn near a moving property. But like I said, I'm looking for people who just want to sell their property. I want to have real conversation with people who just want to get out the property because they just need to get out. I don't want to deal with a vacant property that's all damaged. Like, no real estate cash buyer dealing with that shit. They looking for easy deals. They looking for deals that make sense. So if we're looking for a homeowner that own their property, that makes sense. They're looking for a homeowner that that's looking to move or relocate, that makes sense. We're looking for homeowners that are in financial situations, but they not the worst of the worst type properties. You understand what I'm saying? We're looking for properties that have, obviously have their problems, but not to the point to where the house don't got a roof. You feel me? I'm not looking for a property that got cars and grass to the top. No one's doing that. You got to move the car. You got to get a dumpster. You got to do all this bullshit. That's too much work. I'm not looking for a property that got squatters and all that shit neither. I'm not doing all that. I'm looking for a homeowner that's ready to sell their property, even if it's at the top price of the market. I don't care. I'm looking for a homeowner that's rational, who say, you know what, Josh, I want to sell my house right now. Can you help me out? Cool, I can help you out. But these are some things that we may have to do to get the home sold, or these are some things that we're probably going to have to get fixed in order to sell the property. Now, if you do not want to fix it, what we can do, right, is actually just deduct some of those expenses from the cost of the home. And guess what? When you talk to people like that, yeah, they're going to do business with you. Because I'm talking like her son. I'm talking like her brother. I'm talking like her husband. Like, yo, listen, babe, you know that roof is leaking. We can't charge these people top dollar and the roof leaking. Like, them people going to have to fix it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I talk the same way I talk here on this live feed, is the same way I talk in person. The same way I'm going to pick up the phone and talk to anybody else. And people love that and they appreciate that because I'm being authentic. I ain't got nothing to hide. You feel me? So just have real conversation with people. Deal with rational people, right? And like I said, the main thing is to find out if they own a home outright, right? You want to see the reason why they want to sell the home. Because remember, we're talking to for sale by homeowners. I'm not trying to look for no other kind of deals right now. I'm looking for sale by homeowners, which is very important. Because two things too, when we're doing real estate business as business owners, I want to talk to the person that's in control of the property. I don't got time to be talking to some other wholesaler. I don't got time to be talking to no real estate investor who don't know what he's doing. I'm not, I don't got time to talk to someone who got $1 million because they not on the same page. They trying to get top dollar for something that should be so dirt cheap. You understand what I'm saying? So understand, when we're doing real estate, the reason why you're going to be way more successful now because you know who you need to talk to. Don't talk to nobody else besides the homeowner, period. I don't care what anybody say. The only person you want to do business with is the person that's in a business deal. Just like Big Sean said, unfortunately. I want to do business with a homeowner. I don't want to do business with nobody else. Because all that other shit is a headache. It's a headache. Go to the homeowner. Offer them your services as a business owner. Hey, my name is Josh. I work in the area. I have a small real estate company, but we do we buy properties locally. I'm not looking to buy properties all the way around the world. I'm not buying tens and billions of properties, but listen, when I do come out, I buy properties if it makes sense. That's it. You have the conversation. Hey, dude, well, since we are talking, do you own the property like outright, like as in your family type thing, or you guys looking to sell the property or even get the property listed? And that's it. I want to find out two things. Do you want to list the property? If you do, great. I'll represent you. I have a marketing company. We'll get it sold. Do you want to sell the property? Right? You want to sell the property quick or fast or what the case may be? Yes. What's your offer? That's it. Don't make this shit more complicated than it need be. Right? I'm offering two services. Either I'm going to list your property, right? And then I'm going to market it myself, and I'm going to put you in contract, right? So exclusively, I'm going to market your property. I'm going to do open houses. If you say, Josh, I want to rent my house out, I'm going to, exclusively rent that property out, and I'm going to be the person who has that property as an exclusive listing. And I tell them straight up, listen, in order for me to get this place sold within 2 weeks or a month, I need to have exclusive this property exclusively as a listing, and then I can put a couple of marketing dollars in my campaign. I can really drum up the business that we need to do and get out, get an open house and have people coming through. And guess what? When I say that, I mean that shit. I put about $200, $300, $400, $500. I don't care if I gotta borrow the money. I don't care if I gotta leverage my credit. I don't care if I gotta tell my shorty, listen, move some money around. Let's do this. Because guess what? When you market that property and you dedicate yourself to doing an open house 7 days a week for 3 hours a day, trust me, the homeowner is gonna love that shit. They're gonna definitely, tell you. They definitely gonna tell people about you, right? They're gonna recommend people, and then guess what? The community see you at that property 7 days a week. I don't know any real estate investor. I don't know any real estate agent or broker that's that dedicated. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the main thing that we're talking about tonight, forget real estate, forget wholesaling. Don't even think about those words. I want you to operate as a business owner. That's all real estate is. The real estate business is a business. So you have to operate like this is a business. I'm going directly to the person who I need to talk to. I'm going to do business with them. I'm putting them in contract. We're going to sit down and have a real conversation about how to get this product sold. And we're going to have a real conversation about the services that I can provide you. Now, a real estate investor, these are some of the product and services that you should be providing. Right, I think I may be losing some power here, so we're going to cut it short. So the main thing as a real estate investor, you want to make sure that you have marketing under your belt. You also want to make sure that you're able to do open houses. You want to make sure that you have support staff, meaning you have all your documents to get the property under contract. And then the main key thing, when we're talking about getting properties under contract to market, or properties under contract to sell as a wholesale deal, or subject to and double closing, all these things, you want to make sure that all your documents are signed and notarized, because this helps you make sure that the deal is a legitimate deal, period. All right, listen, like I said, my battery's running a little low. We've been on here for about an hour and 30 minutes. My name is Josh. Thank you for joining me at the Josh Harkness Show. Real information in real time with real results. If you guys have any questions, the number is 718-500-8705. If you need free documents on credit, or on the purchase agreement, subject to, and all that stuff, we have it absolutely for free. So just text me or call me, either one. If you need to do a one-on-one session on how to build your credit, that's absolutely free. If you need help setting up your LLC, we do it absolutely free. Okay? You need assistance on how to build out your business credit, we help you absolutely free. There's no charge for that. The only time we charge anybody is say, yo, Josh, I don't have the time to do it. Can you do it for me? And then we charge. But our charge is like pennies on a dollar. So don't ever worry about that. Honestly speaking, we charge anywhere from like $100 to $1,000. But I also do payment plans. So if you spend $1,000, trust me, you can pay me $50 a month. I don't care. Because my main goal is, one, to help people in our community. That's number one. And two, our goal is to bring on more people as partners so we can buy buildings, we can change our community, we can put businesses in our community, and things like that. So once again, this is Josh. Thank you for joining me at the Josh Harkness Show. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, please reach out. Other than that, I am tired and I am dehydrated like a motherfucker. But peace out. Thank you for joining me. I'll holler at you guys tomorrow on another live feed. All right. You guys have a good night. Make sure you rewind the video to the beginning so you guys can get that $50,000 worth of line of credit attached to your credit portfolio. And make sure you get an LLC. All right. Good night, guys. Later. Peace.